Chris from MyMMAnews.com, being joined by the Taino Warrior, Eddy Torres, very successful at CFFC 96. He defeated Yohe Rojas via unanimous decision, just a one-sided victory. I couldn't have seen any bit better. It was one-sided, but I got to ask you first and foremost, you seemed a little bit upset when you heard the decision. What's up?
Well, so the biggest thing is with me, I go into fight to finish people. And I mean, I don't know if you can see my eye. Watch the inside of my eye.
Oh.
Yeah, I got eye poke a couple of times, and then I got headbutt.
Yeah.
I did get elbow, but the headbutt's what opened me up, and then the eye pokes. I got punched in the back of the head. I have a big lump on the back of my head. I don't know how they gave him a round. I don't understand how. Like, he didn't sweep me. I was going for a submission. I missed the submission. I got eye poke as I missed my submission attempt, and they just gave him the round, and which I really don't care. You know what I mean? And I don't even take that as a win, to be honest with you, because I didn't finish him. You know, I don't fight. Again, I don't fight to play around with these guys, man. I'm here to finish, man. You know what I mean?
So before we get into it, first and foremost, I got to say congratulations on the win, Eddy. I appreciate you joining me. And how are you, man?
I'm doing great, brother. Other than my eye, man, I'm doing pretty good. My weight's good. I'm hoping to get in there. You know, the stitches got to come out, so they're not going to allow me to fight in July. I was hoping to get back in there in July. 5 weeks from now isn't more than enough time. I really didn't get that heavy. For this fight, I have to cut, you know, like almost 50 pounds in 6 weeks. You know, I was 191 when I signed the contract 6 weeks ago. I had to fight at 45. I stepped in the scale of 145.2. So right now I'm 168. So I feel good to go. But the coaches are telling me, you know, take some time. Don't be crazy. And sometimes you need that. You need the coaches sometimes tell you to slow down. You need a driver on that vehicle. I'm the vehicle. They are the drivers. So they tell me when to slow down, and I have to listen.
So before we get into the fight itself, I got to ask you about that heavyweight cut. Are you used to taking such a drastic cut from 191 to 45?
No, actually, I was supposed to move up on weight class because I feel like I was never going to get a title fight at 45. So I was like, I might as well go for the 55 title. And I said, I'm gaining weight. Then my teammate wins the title at 55. And then Pat Sabatini was a 45 champion. So then I'm like, I'm stuck on this limbo. So I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'm just fighting to fight. And then Pat ended up going to the UFC. So that title got vacant. So then I'm like, ooh, here's my opportunity. So I signed to fight, and I didn't step in the scale. So then after I signed the contract, I stepped in the scale, and I stepped right back off. Because he said 191. I was like, geez, what have I done? And, 4 weeks from the fight, I was 182.5, I think I was. So, yeah, it was a very bad cutting weight. I think the morning of the weigh-ins, I cut about 10 pounds.
I mean, not for nothing, dude, for cutting that much weight and for you saying that you didn't feel as good as what you looked fantastic, man.
Man, I'm telling you, the coaches, it's all praises to Coach John and Daniel Gracie, Sean Brady, and Jonathan Webb, and Taylor Samarco. It's all praises to them because Taylor Samarco is actually one of my pad holders. She's a 5 foot tall girl and one of the best pad holders around. Like, you can ask Pat Sabatini, you can ask a bunch of guys. She's very underrated. You need to get this girl on the show, and her pad work is crazy. But anyways, it thanks to them. I never gas out in no fights. I have good cardio. Look at that treadmill back there. I be on that treadmill, and you know, we do a whole bunch of like hard rounds, hard sparring. Like Coach Jan actually brings in 4 guys, and then I do 1 round with each fresh guy going hard sparring. We do a bunch. I do circuits with Coach John, Massey's. This girl named Jessica, the DMT personal training. Just pattern, movement pattern, I think it's called. I just don't gas out. So everybody's like, oh, the weight cut's going to make you gas out. And I'm like, no, guys, that's all mental. Like, I don't believe in that. If you train hard, you work hard, you're not going to gas out. It doesn't matter about the weight cut, you know? So I just don't want to cut like that again. That's for sure, you know?
I could definitely understand, man. But like I said, you looked fantastic. And getting into that, you actually transitioned into one of my next questions when you were talking about how you go for the finish. And that was going to be something I wanted to talk about. That was actually a vast difference of, I guess you could say, skill sets that you brought to the cage. He was in there, he was fighting, he was doing his things. You seemed that you were in there to finish the fight every second. Every transition you got the chance, you went, the go-go pod. You were transitioning from everything, trying to finish the fight.
Everywhere.
So do you think that killer instinct, that trying to finish the fights, that detail about your fighting characteristic is what presents you and will bring you to the next level?
Well, so I never in my life ever think about winning or losing, which is crazy, right? Like, I'm never ever going to a fight think about winning. And I also don't think about losing. So I never ever had that stress on myself to win or lose, right? Like, I always say, like, I got to go in here and I got to hurt this guy. I got to go in there and hurt him fast and stay in his face. And if he throws at me, throw harder at him. And if he kicks me, kick him harder. And if he try to take me down, don't allow him. Take him down. And if he does take you down, submit him. Like, I never ever think about winning. So when I go in there, I go in there to finish people. And this is why I don't even take this as a win. In my head, I'm still 3-0. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and look, let's not forget, that kid was an Ohio State D1 wrestler.
Yes.
He didn't take me down.
No.
I took him down 5 times.
Yeah. It's actually funny you said that, because I was hanging out with one of your teammates, James Lyons, and we were watching the fight. And he was going crazy because when you went to spinning back fist and then you changed levels to get the double leg, he was like, my man spinning back fist into a double leg takedown on a wrestler, which is facts. I mean, you out wrestled a wrestler. So, I mean, to your point of being, I mean, a lot of people with like your Muay Thai background and your martial arts and everything, your crisp stand-up, a lot of people might reference you as, a predominant striker, but you out wrestled a wrestler.
Yeah. And then the problem is, like, every time I strike with somebody and I hit them, they always want to take me down. Mm-hmm. Every single time. And I'm okay. I'm comfortable off my back. I'm a Daniel Gracie black belt. Like, I'm comfortable off my back. You want to come in my guard? You want to go inside control? You want to go in half guard? You want to go anywhere? I'm going to leg lock you. I'm going to break your arms. I'm going to take your neck. You pick your poison, But this time I was working with this kid named Cameron. This kid and Riley. Soon, I promise you, you're going to hear about these 2 kids. They're making their amateur debut. But I promise you, you're going to hear about these kids and you're going to say, wow, remember Eddie told me about these kids. These 2 kids are phenomenal. They actually, them and Pat Sabatini, worked in my wrestling, and Sean Brady. So I had Sean Brady, Pat Sabatini, this kid named Cameron, that's a monster. Riley, that's a monster. Top wrestlers, you know what I mean? And working with my wrestling. And I didn't work wrestling defense. They were like, look, in order for you to defend takedowns, you got to learn how to do takedowns. And this whole fight camp, that's what I worked on. Not just defending them, but I actually learned how to do them. And the time to beat me was 2 years ago when I was okay. Now I'm the total package. Like, I can hit you. I'm a 2nd degree black belt in Taekwondo, so I can hit you with a tornado kick. I boxed for most of my life. I can box. I mean, I can grapple, and it doesn't matter what the fight goes with me. I'll literally fight anybody. It doesn't matter. I train with the best people in the world, and our gym is just on like, people don't know about our gym. People don't know about the killers we have on this gym. You know what I mean? And that's disappointing, but we don't care. We keep our heads down. We keep working hard because we never get outworked. But soon, you're going to see a bunch of our guys going to be going up to the UFC. And then you're going to see a whole bunch of people trying to join our gym. Think about this for 1 second. Nobody from our gym came already as a killer. Everybody that's a Marquez MMA and Daniel Gracie, they were molded there. They were built there. They were created there. Think about that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm a striker. How the hell do I out-wrestle a D1 wrestler? How do I out-grapple great grapplers? You know what I mean? Like, how are we managing to do this? You know what I mean? So it's different. MMA striking is different than Muay Thai striking. You know what I mean? How come I picked it up so fast? It's all to the coaches and my teammates. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And, people don't know yet, but soon you're going to see a lot of our fighters, like people that have made the amateur debut, take over the scene. You know what I mean? They're going to take over, and then you're going to be like, I remember Eddie telling me about this kid. Like, the potential that we have on that training room, any given day, you can go in there and you'll spar a kid, and you think this kid is a pro with 30 fights, and that kid has 0 fights, and you being shocked. I mean, it happened to me. I going down sparring this kid. I'm like, ooh, this kid is a heavy pro. Nah, kids haven't made his amateur debut yet. Today, they didn't let me train. Obviously, my coach is taking care of me. They're like, no, you're not training, Eddie. Sit your ass down. So I just sit down and watch. And I'm watching these amateur kids. The level of fighting IQ in that room, brother. You got to come down and see it. You got to come down and see it. I mean, Coach John don't let nobody record. But if you ever come down and see the level, you'll be like, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. It took me years to develop this fight IQ, and these kids are doing it in 2 months.
The friends that I have that have transitioned into that gym have grown leaps and bounds since I've known them. I will 100% attest to that. And it seems that it seems like this super gym is kind of conformed and come together in the Philadelphia area, where a bunch of like studs from multiple different gyms now have found each other. And now, like you said, like maybe some people in the grander scheme might not know, but I mean, when Paul Felder rolls through, when Pat Sabatini rolls through, when, I mean, all those guys roll through, all of your guys are starting to make their rounds up, starting to make the transition and getting better and better and better. So Marquez MMA and Daniel Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, obviously it's now making their scene and making their stamp. And obviously I think now is their time with people like you, with other people stepping up. But it's not just the gym, obviously. The person, it lies in heavy. The bloodline, it has to be there. So this is our first time. Yeah.
And also, don't forget Jonathan Webb.
Jonathan Webb. Oh my gosh. CFFC champ, UFC veteran. Of course, I can never forget John Webb.
Bro, he's a wizard. He'll see what you're about to do wrong before you even do it. And he addresses it right there on the spot. Like, yo, whoa, don't do that. You're going to end up here. Mm-hmm. You don't want to go down that road. Right. So, and then you have Daniel. Daniel can teach jiu-jitsu to somebody that's handicapped, blind, dumb, and stupid. I mean, it's crazy. And then you got Coach John. Coach John gave me a speech before my fight. I was gearing up for war. Like I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, and you have them 3 guys, and then to the mixture, Sean Brady. I look at him as a coach. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just saying, like Jonathan Webb, Daniel Gracie, and Coach John, Marquez MMA, like, bro, it's like, I don't know how to put it. It's like brownie ice cream and cherries on top. You know what I mean?
The perfect combo just coming together. The perfect
combo, bro. So.
But what what my next question was your history in martial arts, your family lineage, and when you were, I mean, this isn't something that is for everybody. You can't just shoot a basketball, shoot a soccer. I mean, you can't just do these things. Combat sports isn't for the faint of heart. So I do have to ask, man, where did you get your start in martial arts? What's your story of martial arts, if you will?
You're not even gonna believe this, but actually from my mother. My mother was a boxer. So
for real?
Yeah. My uncle was a Tigre Adorno. Mm-hmm. So you can look him up. He was a boxer way back. This is way back. So my first memories of me as a kid was wrapping my hands. It's not like being outside playing around.
Right.
And then to make matters worse, my dad was my sensei in Taekwondo. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't know nothing else. The main reason, I actually didn't make a big start from the beginning is because, again, I grew up. I was a hothead. I liked motorcycles. I had a bad accident after, and then I stopped listening to my mom. I tried to become my own man. I went my own way. I got into the street life. I got bullet holes. I got stab wounds. Like I can show you, and like, hold on. That's one right there. Oh, one in my shoulder. So I had a little rough life because I chose to. Like, it's not because some people blame their mom, some people blame their surroundings, some people blame this, some people blame that. Like, no, I chose to. I was a great kid in school. My mother always disciplined us. I had a great life. I could have had a great life. I chose as my own man to go down that path because I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? Which
Taking
led me
accountability. I respect that.
yeah, and it led me down the wrong path for many, many years. It even led me to prison and I mean crazy. Like if you look up my name, you'll see like my record. Like I went, you know, I went down my own road, and it took a lot to get out of there. To be honest, I actually could have had my gym a lot sooner. I could have been a professional fighter a lot sooner. You know what I mean? And the decisions that I made in life were not the right ones, and not because I didn't have the guidance, because I always had good guidance in my life. I just wanted to be my own man and make my own decisions, and instead of just shutting up and listening to those that knew more, I didn't, and it led me down the wrong path. And it took me twice as long to become a pro fighter and actually accomplish my dream of owning a gym. You know what I mean? Once I stopped worrying about others and trying to impress others and just try to impress myself and compete against myself, it took years, but I did it. And now I have my own gym. I've been in business going almost 4 or 5 years. This place is, 3,000 square feet. I'm moving to a 6,500 square feet location. So I just double my space, just by working hard. In life, I feel as though you don't deserve anything that you don't work hard for. I feel like you got to work for everything. I don't believe in luck. I do believe in God. And I think God will give you everything that you work for. I don't think anything is going to be handed to you. I don't think that by you, just prayer alone is going to work and something's going to happen for you. Like, no, you have to get up every morning. You have to work hard. You have to put your head down. You have to save up money. You got to make smart investments. You have to make right connections. You got to be around the right people, and everything will work out for you, So that state of mind took me a while to get, and now I have it. And I'm blessed, man. I'm truly blessed. And this is no joke and no nothing. You can look this up. About 95% of my friends, and this is a true story, are either dead or serving life sentences. Okay? I have a picture of me and the crew that I used to hang out with. Only 4 of us are alive. And there's 15 of us in that picture.
Sorry.
There's 4 of us are alive and not in prison. So, and I grew up in Allentown, PA. And if you look at the post, everybody from Allentown, PA, they're like, oh man, I'm so proud of you, or the man you have become, and everybody's proud of me. And the people that love me and the fans that love me and the people that know me, you know what I mean? And they tell me they're proud of me. This makes my job easier. It literally like, man, I cannot mess up.
Yeah.
I can't go back. I got to make these people, I got to continue to make these people proud. They see in the hope. They see in the light. If somebody like me can do something and become a business owner and do things right, so they can, you know what I mean? So this younger crowd can do it too. So it is, even my haters, like even people that hate me for no reason, you know what I mean? And people that hate me, like, thank you. You only add more wood to my fire. You only make me work harder. So even the people that hate me, believe it or not, like, thank you. My mom told me at a young age, if 10 or more people don't hate you, you're doing something wrong. That's what my mom told me. So if I don't have 10 haters or more, I need to start looking for some. That's what my mom said. And to this day, that stood on my head. So when people are in social media, people have talked crap about me on social media and they have done this, and people have called me out for fighting and all of this, and I laugh it off because I like, if they want to fight me, they know where I'm at. They know we can sign a contract. We can go to CFFC cage, and but I thank them. I thank them from the bottom of my heart, because when they talk about me, they're still talking about me. You know what I mean? The problem is when they're not talking about me, then I'm doing something wrong. So the more they talk about me, thank you. Keep talking about me. Let your fans know that, and even people that hate me in the long run, they end up loving me. So it doesn't matter, man. It's like CM Punk said. You know what I mean? I'm humble, but I'm cocky. You know what I mean? So I'll take it.
I find it very difficult to hate on you. You seem, when you talk, you seem very well spoken. When you talk, you speak with passion. You can tell that you care about what you're speaking about directly. And I think people, especially nowadays, I mean, the idea of just the clean, driven, just it doesn't exist. Everybody has a story. Everybody goes through struggle. And I got to ask, man, do you think that some of your struggles and some of your decisions and almost like your second chance at life, it couldn't have come at a better time? Because if it wasn't for that, maybe you wouldn't have been the man that you are today.
Oh yeah, I don't regret anything. I literally don't regret anything. You know, I did make my mom cry, and I made her hurt, and that's the only thing that I regret.
Yeah.
Out of everything I have done, that's the only thing I ever regret. Um, I was raised by my mother. My father passed at a young age,
Sorry.
and you know, like the respect for women and stuff like that, I hold it very high. And for my mother, you know, that I hurt her and I made her cry, and I mean, that's the only thing I regret in my life. The rest of it, I don't. I just feel like, listen, diamonds are made by pressure, and katanas, like a big strong sword, what do? It's metal. They melt it, they put it on fire, they put it on coal, and they hit it with a hammer, and they continue to do that process over years. And then what happens with the katana? The katana is one of the hardest sword. It can cut through 5 men in one swing, and you know what I mean? Like, okay, I went through the fire. I've been through it. So I like it. There's nothing that can break me. If what I went through in my life couldn't break me, there's nothing. There's nothing that can break me. And this is why I appreciate the people that hate me, and I love the people that love me. It doesn't bother me one bit, brother. Like, listen, I don't lose sleep over anything. I really don't. I promise you, man. At nighttime, I sleep like a baby. I don't even need melatonin. I just close my eyes and go to sleep. Wake up in the morning, have a good breakfast, enjoying life.
Which, I mean, you work hard, man. So, I mean, when you work as hard as you do, obviously you got to rest up, you got to recover. So it makes me
Yes,
wonder,
sir.
what's a day in the life of the Taino Warrior, Eddy Torres, from wake up to training, going to bed? What's it looking like?
So mainly you know, I try and get like, and this don't come from me. This is trying to follow Sean Brady. I've been, that's who I follow. That's my role model when it comes to the sport of fighting, and Pat Sabatini. But Sean does like 5 workouts, hard workouts a day. I'm not doing that because I'm a lot older than he is. My body will fall apart. But I'm doing about 5 workouts, 4 workouts a day, a good 4 workouts. I will go do jiu-jitsu, go to Coach John. I'll do my weightlifting, and then I'll hit pass with Taylor San Marco. She's a beast. And I'll do jiu-jitsu with my guys, and then I'll do either sprints, long distance running, or swimming. 1 then 3 cardio exercise, and then Fridays usually my hard day, because usually I fight on Fridays. So then I'll go to Coach John and we do circuits. I got 2 personal trainers. I got Massey's, which the guy is incredible. You gotta look this guy up. And I have this girl named Jessica at DMT personal training. She's incredible. And Taylor Scott, another guy that's very incredible. And you know, and I just work hard and I eat clean. And when I'm in fight camp, when I'm not in fight camp, I mean, I'm surrounded by restaurants on my gym. So I like to eat. I love Italian food. Don't tell my mama I said that. Um, but yeah, man, I eat. I like to eat. Most of the team here at my gym, we are all friends. Like, usually it's like anywhere from 5 of us to 15 of us go out to eat. We go watch the fights. We are always at each other's houses. We do barbecues. We take trips. One of the teammates are fighting or competing. We rent a house. We all go together. We hang out. It just I'm enjoying life, man. Like, again, there's nothing that can bother me, man. I'm serious. Like, nothing that can bother me, and I just take every day as it comes. You know, I read a passage in the Bible that says that don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow got his own problems. So that's how I live life. I don't worry about tomorrow's problems because why am I going to worry about them? They still going to come. It doesn't matter. I enjoy today. Whatever comes tomorrow, I deal with the situation I got to deal with, and then I enjoy tomorrow. And then that's how I live my life. I got a life. I'm breathing. I have food. I have a roof over my head. Like, there's you know, I just take life as it comes, and I enjoy it, and I love it, and I'm gonna continue to live it until God calls me. And then when that day comes, I'll be content with everything I have done, and that's how I take it. That's basically a day of my life. That's how I take life. And you know, I teach a bunch of kids that are a bunch of killers, and I'm proud of them. And I'm, you know, it's just I don't know, man. I just enjoy life every day. You saw me at the fights. You see how I behave. You see how I interact with people. I love human beings. I interact with people and I respect people how I want to be respected. I treat others how I want to be treated. And even when people don't treat me with the respect, as you saw at the fights, I will still try to diffuse the situation.
Sure did.
There's no need to get hostile. There's no need to be screaming. There's none of that. Like, look, calm down. You know what I mean? So that's just the way I carry myself, man. Like it's weird that people they literally say that you only live once. It's like, no, you only die once. You live every day.
Yes.
And for people that have that state of mind, they take every day for granted. Every minute that you waste arguing and screaming and fighting and bickering with somebody, it's another minute that you will never get back in your life. It is a waste of your time. Like, I just don't get it. It doesn't click in my head. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, guys, I spend time. I lost time in prison. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's time that I will never, ever get back. You know, and that has opened my mind. Like, I can't waste a second of my life arguing or bickering or talking crap on social media or trying to fight somebody. Like, guys, I get paid to fight.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys, get it together. You know what I mean?
And it's insane because, like you said, you've spent time away, time you'll never get back. And there's people that'll never go through what you've gone through, and they'll still find a reason to find something wrong with every single day of their life.
Single thing.
I don't get
it. So is the sky I'm falling kind of people. The sky is falling every day for them.
Yeah.
The sky is falling. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. It's like, guys, the sky is not going to fall. Like, just calm down. Take a deep breath. Relax.
Another day above ground. Consider yourself blessed.
Yes, yes. Any day above ground is a good day, you know?
So with such an eventful weekend, teammates fought. You had blood trickling from your eye when you were talking on the mic. I mean, with the commentating booth, you just had an eventful weekend, man. So I got to ask, what does that mean to an upcoming pro like you? Just all the eyes on you. Everything is just...
I don't know, man. There was like 200 people there for me. Like, I didn't know I had that much. And every fight's like that. And every day, every time I fight, I'm surprised. If you watch all my walkouts, I'm always smiling. I'm always smiling because the love that these people give me. And some of these people don't truly know me. And the love they give me is a happiness. It makes me feel happy. Like, I know that, you know, in the same sense, I know we're not here for a long run, right? And the sport of fighting, you know what I mean? And I just got to enjoy it, man. I'm rolling with the punches, baby. I'm enjoying it. You know, fighting is not I like to fight, but I love to teach. And the moment that fighting gets involved in my teaching, I'll stop. I'll literally just stop fighting because I love to teach. I love coming into the gym. I love teaching others. I just love it. It's something I love. But fighting, I just like it. It's something that I like to do. And sitting in the booth and doing calling out fights, you know, I mean, if I show you my DMs, people I don't even know were like, you did such a great job. You need to do that again, man. You have me cracking up. And to me, I'm just being myself. So to me, I'm like, oh, people really like me. I'm like, okay. You know, and actually that was CM Punk's and Rob Haydak's and John's call. That was their call. I didn't even know I was going to be calling out fights. I just came there to support my teammates. I came there to, you know, support James and my teammates. And they were like, Eddie, we need you at that booth, man. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, CM Punk wants you up there. And you know, Rob Haydock gave me the opportunity to fight for him. So I'm like, whatever you need, boss.
Right.
Put me up there. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I enjoy every step of this fighting, man. It's not a long distance run. We're here for a quick sprint, and you gotta enjoy every moment. The nerves, the waiting, you know what I mean? The getting your hands wrapped, the oh my God, man, like I'm about to go out there and fight. Oh man. And you cannot stop peeing and man, you cannot stop sweating, and you are tired, but you're not tired, and you feel like you can breathe, but you're breathing normally, like all them emotions, man. I just, Sean Brady said it best when we was backstage. He was like, man, relax, enjoy it. I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna do that.
When you were talking, you referenced CM Punk as a real one. So you got to tell me that story. CM Punk's a real one. What's going on with you and him?
Yeah, so one time I was doing security for CFFC, and there was just juice heads behind us acting up and like, acting wild. So I told the guy a couple of warnings, and at one point I was ready to kick them out, and they all kind of got rowdy. So I look over, and CM Punk took his headphones off, and he's like looking directly at me, like giving me the "I got your back," like let's go, like on some WWE shit. Like he was ready to go, and the guys end up coming down, but he was ready to have my back to the fullest. So, CM Punk calls me today and tells me he got a problem. I'll be there. You know what I mean? He's the real one.
So he gives you that favor. You got to return the favor when he needs it back. So
without a doubt.
So, man, I gotta ask with security, man, being a fighter and having that mentality of you can switch it on and off at any given moment. So dealing with these clowns at these shows that are just getting crazy rowdy when you're security trying to do your job has to be frustrating.
So I just, I don't know. It is and it's not, because most of them can't fight anyways. So it'll be like a free training session for me. But sometimes the best thing is to let them people be. These the casual fans. They come in, they lift a little bit of weight, and in their heads, muscle can teach you how to fight. You know what I mean? And it's not like that. So, but CFFC does a good job at it. So,
yeah,
we stay on top of it. But me and CM Punk was ready to do a Royal Rumble against them, though. That's for sure.
I love it, man. Your route to the title, man, undefeated. So I know you're wanting that strap. And our guy, Pat Sabatini, he made the step up to the UFC, which means that is a vacant title. So what's the best route? What's your course to get to it?
Well, I think even if the one judge gave my last opponent a round, which is unbelievable, I don't even know. No, all props to my opponent. He stepped in and fought a hard fight, but I don't think he beat me. You was there. I don't think he won a round. So who else on my weight class can say that has a loss around the MMA fights? I have finished almost everybody's last except my last opponent. I mean, I took a fight and then 5 weeks later take another fight and won both of those. My opponents changed 6 times in 24 hours, and I said yes to all 6 opponents. I mean, who sells the most tickets? Who gets the most views? All of that got to be played into the consideration of who's going to get the next title shot, right? So if I'm putting the most ass in seats and I'm selling the most tickets and I'm getting the most people to buy, UFC Fight Pass, watching me fight. I got people traveling from all over to watch me fight. I haven't lost a round in any MMA fight. I'm an exciting fight. I go in there and finish people, and who else can say that? I won 45 for CFFC. So who else they going to give that title fight to? You know what I mean? There's nobody else. I have never declined a fight. I've never said no to anybody. Every time they ask me, it's a yes out of me. And they know it. 55, 45, they ask me, I'm there. They know that.
Even when you have to cut the weight, you're still there. When you have to cut those 50 pounds, like you were talking about, man. Yep. I mean, those things, those trials and tribulations just make the champion that, I mean, you're seemingly going to obviously get. But have you had those talks with CFFC about the title?
I did. I think I'm next in line. I don't want to, what's the saying? Count your eggs before they count the eggs before they hatch or some shit.
Yeah.
I think I'm there. I think I deserve it. I think I've earned it. But at the end of the day, it's up to the promotion. But September, October, I'll be fighting for the title.
I was going to say, do you have a timeline that you want to get back in there? You said September. Do you have a name? Do you have anybody? Oh, no. What happened?
So my hand is destroyed. So is my knee.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm thinking September, October.
Yeah.
And I don't have a name. Honestly, I don't give clout to people. I don't feel the need to, name guys. And let them get some clout, and I'll fight anybody. I'll fight any of them. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I come from a hard life.
Mm.
So fighting to me is something I do for fun.
Yeah, and
You know,
not for nothing, but I mean, who should you have to call out? Undefeated as an amateur, undefeated as a professional, and you sell tons of tickets. You put the butts in the seats, and you're entertaining. Like you just said, you're just happy to get in there and fight, and it's abundant every single time, man.
yep.
So
So
another question. Go
I
ahead.
yeah, go ahead, tell me, talk to
No,
me.
no, no. You go ahead. It's your interview, brother.
Yeah. So no, I just don't feel like, even with me, I want to fight somebody like, because I don't want people to think I got a patent record. To be honest with you, so I want somebody with like a 7-0, 10, somebody that's like, whoa, he just beat that guy. That's who I want to fight. I want to fight somebody maybe in that fought in the contender series, even a vet from the UFC. I want to fight somebody that people are like, whoa, he just beat that guy. I don't want to fight somebody that they're like, whoa, well, that kid lost 3 rounds and won by something lucky, or this kid has a lose. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that kid has an L on his record. Because haters. Haters gonna find anything they can to try to bring you down. You know what I mean? Or trying to minimize the hard work you have put in, or minimize like everything you have done.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
Mm.
no matter what I do, I'm always gonna have them haters, which I love them too. They gotta love me and they gotta love to hate me. So in either way, thank you.
Whether they love you or hate you, if they do hate you, they're still going to tune in to watch you, which is still putting money in your pocket. So who's really
Yes, sir.
winning here?
Yeah.
But so, man, I wanted to say your fighting style. When I've gotten a chance to watch it throughout the years, your hard, your grit, your determination, and your sheer aggression. It's so abundant in the cage, but you do it with a smile on your face.
Yep.
That's something that's very, very odd to see. You see a
Yeah.
lot of these guys, they're all jacked up, they're ready to go, they're pacing back and forth. And what is it, man? Why is it that you're just so happy and so thrilled to be there? But with that said, you still turn it on like the rest of them.
Yeah. So um, I don't feel the need to amp myself up. I don't have to try to, like most of the people that do that. They just try to intimidate their opponent, and my opponent make weight. He's getting paid. Intimidation is not going to work. You know what I mean? It doesn't work for me. And the life I've lived, man, like fighting is something I'm like, okay, there's going to be a ref there. It's 15 minutes of my life. Like, I mean, I've been jumped by like 20
Yeah,
people. I've gone through hell. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And fighting is just fighting. It's something fun. It's something that I train for, and I always believe like in my cardio. I believe in my skill set. I believe in everything. So why be upset? Why be angry? Why be serious? I'm getting paid to go in there and test my skills. Like I will do it for free. You know what I mean? So you're gonna pay me to do this? Are you guys insane? You know what I mean? So why be upset? Why go in there and like too many fighters put too much stress on themselves. They go in there, I cannot sleep thinking about my opponent. I heard fighters say that. And I'm like, bro, that's weird. I'm like, that's weird. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't lose sleep over anything. You know? Like they put that stress on themselves where like, I gotta win. I gotta win. I don't want to lose. Like I don't even think about that.
Yeah.
I go into the fights like I gotta hurt this dude. And I gotta hurt him hard. Like I gotta put him down. Or get put down on the process. It
Hmm.
really doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? So when I go into the cage, I'm like, man, I see the crowd, I see my peoples, I see my coaches. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm here to entertain. You gotta love it. I don't know. You gotta enjoy every second of it. Every feeling you go through it, you gotta enjoy it. Once you control your breathing and you're enjoying the moment, there's no need to be pacing and me mugging and putting my hands on people's face. And I don't do none of that. I don't do the social media talking crap. I don't do any of that, man. Like even some of my opponents have talked shit on social media. I don't even go back and say anything to them or anything.
Hmm.
It's too much stress and too much energy and time that I will waste
Hmm.
addressing things that don't matter, because we still got to get in the cage. We still got to throw some punches and kicks and grapple. So I don't know. I'm always happy. I walk
And
out. I'm smiling. I go in there. I'm talking to my coaches. I'm talking to my opponent. I mean, my last fight, I was even talking to the ref. He told me I was bleeding, and I'm like, nah, for real. You can actually watch that video. That's actually facts.
And I mean, not for nothing, just speaking on that, being happy, but still the aggression in such a violent sport. I mean, the eyes are drawn on you, and being such a happy persona, such a happy go lucky person, it has to be with the younger eyes looking just a positive role model. So that has to be a double win on both sides because you do have eyes on you.
Yeah. And you go, yeah, well, them kids are the future. You know what I mean? So if you join these kids that you got to be a douche, what do you think is going to happen?
Hmm.
Them kids are going to end up being douche, right?
Yeah.
So some of these kids they need some hard coaching.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, but they also need to be shown that there's a better way. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be angry, And these kids listen, if we don't teach our kids now that you can be humble but still work hard, them kids will never hold a job. They will never finish school. None of that.
Mm-hmm.
They need some hard coaching, but at the same time knowing that you don't have to be a douche to get anywhere in life. You know what I mean? You can still be nice and work hard, and you don't have to be on social media every day like, oh, I just lifted this much, I ran this much, F you, F them, pay me, all this.
Mm-hmm.
I earned the UFC title, I earned the UFC, all this crazy shit that all these fighters do is some of these fighters. I find it funny asking for UFC shots with like a 5-0 record and 3-0, and then I look at one of my teammates, Sean Brady. He was like 13-0 before he got the call. Past 17, he was like something ridiculous too. So it's like, guys, shut up. There's people ahead of us. You guys just want to cut the line. Just shut up. Continue to work. And the UFC wants you, they'll call you. It's simple. And if they don't, then they don't. Like, what makes you think you earned that shot? What makes you believe that you have done enough? Like, that's some lazy shit. Like, continue to work, and if they call you, they call you.
Mm.
You know what I mean? If they don't call you, then continue to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everybody's like, I want to wait for the UFC shot. I want to wait for Bellator. I want to wait for this. You don't want to wait for that. Like, shut up. You don't have time to be sitting down around waiting.
Mm.
Just get up your ass and go train and work hard and fight. Like, fight as much as you can. Nobody cares if you win or lose. Like, nobody cares. Like, the people that are going to love you are going to love you no matter what. The people that care about you are going to care about you no matter what. You know? Like, the people that love you, if you win, they love you. And if you lose, they're going to love you a little bit more because they know you're hurt. So it doesn't change that fact. The people are going to be here no matter what. So that's the way I look at it. I don't listen, I'm trying to get this 45 title, and then when my other teammate Zurich gets the call to the UFC, I go after the 55 title.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I'll keep collecting them bitches until I either quit fighting or, until something happens. I'm not looking, the UFC needs to call me,
Right.
me. Like, I'm not going to do all of that bullshit.
Which
You know what I mean?
I really appreciate that aspect and how you look at things, because I do sense I admire that because your hard work and your tenacity to get in there and put those work and those steps in. Whereas some fighters, like you were saying, do you sense a little bit of like
Entitlement?
That was the word I was looking for. Do you see that a lot these days?
Yeah, because some of these kids are getting now into the sport of fighting never had to fight.
Yeah.
They never had to fight. Think about it. Some of these kids, if you look at them, you look at their background, you look at their family, you look where they come from, they never had to fight. These kids were, they could have been accountants and everything else. These kids were in private schools, and mommy and daddy have money, and they had everything given to them. They never had to go through any hard times. So they never had to fight. So now that they are fighting, they're like, well, I deserve this. Well, I deserve that. Well, it's like, no, you don't deserve jack shit that you don't work hard for. And that's that. That's why I'm not so worried about the UFC. People's like, you need to get the next call. I'm like, nah, I think there's like about 100 people ahead of that line in front of me. You know what I mean? And there's, and it's just like, it's I don't know. I just feel like I will never do that. I will never get in the mic and be like, oh, the UFC need to call me with like a 4-0 record. It's like, man, shut the fuck up. Sit your ass down somewhere.
Well, I think a lot of fighters can actually learn a thing or two from you. It's just shut up, put the work in, and you'll get the call when you get the call, man. I mean, you can't say it better than that, just because, like you said, the sense of entitlement these days of going 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, whatever, and then thinking that you're going to be the next big thing, and you hardly even have much cage time. You know what I mean? And again, and just generally speaking, it's wild to me. So, again, congratulations on your fight, brother. I appreciated talking to you. I appreciated you getting up with me again to finish what we started the original time. But before I let you go, man, your sponsors and when we can expect to see you back in September, man, for that title.
Yeah, so my sponsors, a lot of them. Are you ready for this, bro?
Oh, I'm ready, man.
All right, so I got Rich Bennett. He's one of the best construction guys ever. I got Luz Gosso, one of my lawyers. Albert Soler, one of my other lawyers. I have Reload Meal Prep. That was the only way I was able to cut 51 pounds. These people brought me my meals. They did my diet. It was crazy. You know what I mean? I have Urban AI. I am hurt. I have man, Rachel and Dave, freaking awesome people. Revolution Audio. These people always trick out my cars, trick out my trucks. They are awesome people. You need to check them out, bro, if you want a good system. Noble Nation, Few Will Hunt, Tattoos by Junior, my boy Chris Dimitri, my other tattoo artist. Shit. Who else am I missing? Yeah, bro, I have so many sponsors. They're gonna hate me. Who? Taylor, give me some. CW Clark. Oh, CW Clark. How can I forget my people? CW Clark. Arcade Chevrolet. My trainers. I have to give a big shout out. Hold on. How you flip this damn? I'm a dinosaur. This is one of my main pad holders right there.
There she is. You were talking about her before.
Yeah. Don't worry. She's going to blow up very soon. You'll see. Pad 17 be working with her. Most of the fighters will do some pad work with her. I got Matt C's, one of my strength and conditioning coach. I have Jessica at DMT, personal training. You got to look her up, man. She's awesome. And my boy Taylor Scott. But I have too many sponsors to name. I'm most likely forgetting a lot, but forgive me, guys. Don't hit me.
I'm impressed that you were to be able to name those off the rip, because most people, for like 3 or 4 sponsors, they need their little list in front of them, and you were able to go right off the rip, man.
I forgot one. See that? Brigandi's Barbershop. My girl,
you always got to keep
Talia.
You got to keep the fresh cut.
Me up. Yeah, I'm wolfing right now. I got to go see her, but I'll stay fresh. You know what I mean?
Oh, with those braids? Is she the one that gets it done for the fight?
She not the braids, but she cleans me up.
Got you.
Yeah, I mean, she's trying to pick up this ugly mug. She's trying to make it a little pretty. But yeah, I think that's about it, brother. But thank you so much. Hopefully September, October, I will be there fighting for that 45 title, and hopefully that happens. If we don't, then I'm not fighting no more. So that's where I'm at with it.
All right. Well, he said it there. If he doesn't get that title, he is done with the sport. But we hope that's not going to be the case, because we have too much to see from Eddy Torres in the future.
Yes, sir. All right, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations. And again, I look forward to talking in the future.
Thank you, brother. Stay safe.
There he goes. Eddy Torres, very successful off of his win at CFFC 96. He won all 3 rounds. Through everybody else's eyes, maybe not through one of the judges' eyes, but we're not going to say anything. For Eddy Torres, I'm Adam Christ. Make sure you keep it locked to MyMMAnews.com for all your fight news.